Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Thursday, the 28th of November. Well, this is a very disorganized video. I'm having to do it really quickly. Um, I do like the look of these, and I've staked a bit more than I normally do on a low stake day. But all I've done is I've actually had each way singles on them as well. Well, there's two of these I really like the look of. There's one I think's got a chance, and the other one is to make it into a lucky 15. I also like the look of it, but not as much. There's two with really, really interesting angles that are very similar to what I showed you in the previous, one of the recent videos where I explained my thought process, if that's what you call it, my selection process. That's more like it. So you can see the four selections. I'm not going to keep you, but if you want to know, I'm literally going to talk about a minute on each selection. So what I've had is I've had a 50 pence each way singles on all four of them. That's a pound on each horse, 50p each way single. So that's four. In fact, hold on a minute. How much have I had? It came to a tenner. 2, 4, 6, 8. What a fantastic start to the video. I tell you what. What a nightmare. I've done this before with Bet365. For some reason, I've had a £3 fourfold. I'm going to have to cash out of that if it gives me the option to. So let me tell you exactly what's happened. My bet should be 50 pence each way singles, which comes to £4. And then I've had a 10 pence each way, look 15. I wonder why it came to 10. I've had a £3, as you can see, a £3 fourfold. So I wonder why it made 1.3 million. Crikey. It's a good job I ain't got a lot in my account. Anyway, let's that started off fantastic, didn't it? So already it's actually a £7 day. It should, although I've staked a tenner, but I think you know what I mean. So the first selection is Engaging Sam. This is the most interesting in my opinion. There's two. Sorry, this was one of the two really interesting ones. So Engaging Sam at 25 to 1 in the 12:35 at Lingfield. So let me get into that bit. So the 12:35 at Lingfield. So you may not. Yeah, it's the entire screen that's recording. So Engaging Sam. It's the first run this season for this horse. It's off an absolute basement mark. It's got a decent jockey on board with Freddie Mitchell. This is actually Paddy Butler, the trainer's third best course for strike rate, but don't get excited. He's got a 5% strike rate. Yeah, but it's his third best for the over the hurdles. So Engaging Sam, I do not know if this horse is fit first time. It probably isn't. But it's run right up to its handicap mark in the past. And what did it do? It did it over the course on soft ground, I believe course and distance. Yep, course and distance. So that's half a chance. When Lingfield is soft, it is dreadful. It's really tough for the horses, especially poor horses, to get home. So it had a couple of outings at the beginning part of this year. Once at Fontwell, over 2 mile, 5.5 furlong. Not a fantastic run, but it was 40 to 1, so it probably ran how they expected it to. The next run was on the 13th of February at Lingfield, over 2 mile, 7 furlongs on soft, so exactly the same conditions as today, Thursday. So it actually ran a decent race. So what did it do? It was midfield, headway sixth, soon went third, pressed leader, led narrowly, headed last. So this is the same kind of race. Obviously, I had a previous run beforehand, but hopefully the horse was heading in the right direction. I just don't think it should be the entire or pretty much the entire outsider of the lot. I think it's a poor race. Um, the paying three places. I did like Easter Icon. I am not convinced it's going to like the ground. I think out of the first three horses in the betting, which are relatively short, I think one of them, or at least two of them, sorry, one of them, or at least two of them, uh, at least one of them, possibly two of them, are vulnerable. It's probably the second and third favourites more than anything else. Don't get me wrong, might even hack up, but I do believe the soft ground could raise question marks about these second and third in the betting. If it does, if you tell me after the race that second and third favourites underperformed, didn't come placed, I think our horse won't be too far away from the places. Don't get me wrong, it's out of the handicap. I think it's £7 out of the handicap. It's got it all to do. But I just think in the dreadful race, its most recent run, even though it was nearly 300 days ago, was encouraging. So the second selection is this is the most interesting. It is Shaw's Cross at 28 to 1 in the 3:30 at Lingfield, and they're paying an extra place. It's four places. The reason why I've gone for this is because Sky Bet aren't even covering it. Don't get me wrong, they might be offering better place terms, but I want to put a bet on. They hadn't even listed the meeting. So Shaw's Cross in the 3:30 at Lingfield. I'm going to talk you through this one because I need to talk you through it. I'm just going to read the other two out to you. So 3:30 at Lingfield. So this horse is with little sneaks of fun. There's a few twos and ones knocking around. Yeah, it shows me that they've got a rough idea what they're doing. But let's go to Shaw's Cross, 28 to 1, 12-year-old Charlie. Right, Shaw's Cross. I'm not saying it's going to get a place. I'm saying I like the angle of it. Right. This horse, don't get me wrong, it's not gonna produce a lifetime best. But what I do think it'll do is I think it's potentially being aimed at this race. You're thinking, what? What do you mean aimed at this race? Right, this horse has ran in this race for the last 2 years. It came fourth at 9 to 1 last year off a mark of 8 to 1. Don't get me wrong, this horse isn't improving, but it's off a mark of 72 this year. £9 lower for coming fourth. Bear in mind, this is the outside of the lot. I'm just saying it doesn't warrant being the outside of the lot. So that was 30th of November. That was that year. So let's go previous. This is probably the same day last year, the year before. 24th of November, 2nd of 7, rated 83 off. Rated 83. Ran to a racing post rating of 88. It seems to love Lingfield. It loves soft ground. Let's go a bit further back. So even on its hurdle run at Lingfield in October, soft ground, ran a nice race. And then I think it's ran it previously as well. I don't know. We're going a long way back. We're talking about a 12-year-old. Lingfield once again won by 7 lengths. Lingfield finished third, failed to weigh in. So, in my opinion, it's got a bit of a liking for Lingfield, as well as other courses. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's totally course specific, but I think it's a poor race. It'll be an absolute slog, and I think it's got a chance. The jockey knows all about it. It's Philip Armson still. I'm not too keen on the gap, 120 days, but I'm just looking. It's ran okay-ish at 22 to 1 from a break. That time there, 3 to 1. Don't get me wrong. Hung badly, so maybe you can put a line through that. I don't know. I just think it's for the outside of the lot. I think it's got a bit of a sneak. These horses already can see the non-runners below. Yeah, there's probably going to be some more as well. So it might turn into first three, and I think they could well take out some of the more fancied horses. As you can see, Super Styling's running this race. As you can see, my horse actually ran behind it in this race last year. So so that's the angle of that horse. So it's got a slim chance, but I like the angle of it. And the last two are Desert Halo at 33 to 1 in the 255 at Lingfield. And the final selection is Abbey Hill at 16 to 1 in the 145 at Lingfield. As I said, and don't put a £3 fourfold on because it's not going to happen. I'm not going to wake up the day after with 1.3 million in my account. So it's 10 pence each way, lucky 15, and 50 pence each way singles. That comes to a tenner. And I haven't done there. Wait, hang on. Right. What you've all been waiting for. Right. Sorry to keep you waiting, but let's sort this fourfold out. We're not having that. We're cashing out. Not having that nonsense. They're a £3 win and all. So here we go. The football bet for Wednesday night. And all of a sudden, everybody's switching off. Anyway, this is the football bet. £7 over 2.5 goals treble. I don't want to call it unlucky because it weren't unlucky, but we got 7 goals, 6 goals, and then we got a 1-0. Yeah, thank you very much. In the 93rd minute. So £7 over 2.5 goals treble. It's a Liverpool Real Madrid match, or Real Madrid. Middlesbrough versus Blackburn, and Dynamo Zagreb versus Borussia Dortmund. £7 over 2.5 goals treble, and a £3 over 3.5 goals treble. Makes about 90 quid if it comes in. But don't hold your breath because I haven't got a full bet up this year yet. I've got 1 over 2.5 goals treble. So we're doing absolutely dreadful on the football. So we're about due. Anyway, so I wish you the very best of luck. That football bet is for Wednesday night. The horse racing selections are for Thursday daytime. So if you can give me a like, a subscribe, or you're not going to share the video. So a like or a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.